Hey everybody, it's me, Crazy Frankie, and I'd like to welcome you to my Week 1 4-game picks. This is my first video for the 2013 regular season regarding making picks. Before I get into my 4 key game picks, a little bit about what this video, what all my videos are about on YouTube regarding this. Every week during the regular season, I will be picking 4 of the many games every week during the NFL season, which I think are the key games of the week. Now I know there's a lot of games that there's some that I might miss out there, but I do pick every single NFL game. You will have to go to my blog at crazyfrankie56.blogspot.com in order to see all of my picks for all the games every week during the regular season. Now I only use YouTube to what I think bring in four key games that I feel that are important to the week during the NFL. Now, because it's only week 1, it's really the toughest to pick. The first few weeks of the NFL season, if you're a person who picks football games, technically it's the hardest to do. But as soon as the regular season gets in the full swing of things, then technically it tends to balance out, and we know which teams are starting to look good and which teams are not looking good. Anyways, as I look at the schedule for week 1, here are my 4 key game picks that I think that are the key games for this week. Of course, the game I'm going to get into first, of course, is the opening night game between the Ravens at the Broncos. The defending Super Bowl champions are starting out on the road, which traditionally they usually start at home to kick off the regular season. If you're a defending Super Bowl champion, usually you start at home. But I don't know precisely what circumstance brought the game to Denver, but I really don't know. I wish I knew. I think probably all of you probably know more than I do. But anyways, of course the Broncos trying to get some retribution from their loss in the playoffs against the Ravens. I mean, that game was a classic. If anybody hasn't seen it, if anybody didn't get a chance to see that game, I did. I thought it was a fantastic game. Obviously, going into this game, Denver does have a few injury issues, and of course for Baltimore, on Baltimore's side, of course, no Ray Lewis, no Baldwin. I mean, they're missing key players from their Super Bowl run. But if you were to look at who wins this game opening night, even though Denver is banged up a little bit going into the start of the season, I'm still going to go with the Broncos here. I think the Broncos will edge out a big victory over the Ravens to kick off the season. And the reason why I say that, Peyton Manning, you know he's on a mission. He wants to go back to the Super Bowl. That's his goal right now. And what better way to get retribution and to beat the team that beat him last season in the playoffs? So I'm going to say for this game, I'm going to go with the Broncos here. I think the Broncos will edge out a squeak by a victory over the Ravens. The Ravens still look good, but I like Denver in this game. I'm going to go with the Broncos here. Denver over Baltimore. Key game number 2. The Falcons at the Saints. Now, these two teams to kick off this season are facing each other, and these are two heavy favorites to win the NFC South division. The game is in New Orleans, and if the way I'm looking at both teams right now, these two teams are good. They're very good, and I expect both of them to be in the hunt to not only for the division but also wild card berth. And if anybody has saw my video regarding my AFC NFC division predictions, I did say that the Falcons are I would consider them probably a wild card team to get in. But like I said, I mean, I'm still picking the Saints to win this division. And to start it off, and the way I'm looking right now, the Saints at home, I'm not going to go against them. I like the Saints in this game, but it would not surprise me if this is a very close game here. I don't expect a blowout here. Falcons are still good, but I like the Saints, especially with Sean Payton back as coach. I like their offense. Their offense is only getting better, but I still like this. But in all honesty, the Saints win this game. I'm going to go with the Saints over the Falcons. Key game number 3. The Giants at the Cowboys. What kind of team is both these teams? Well, the Giants as from what I read right now, they should get some key players back. I think Cruz will be available. I'm not sure. I think he might be limited in this game as he's still coming back from injury. Um, the Cowboys, as far as the other injury goes on the Giants and all that, it's not too much to be concerned about if you're a Giants fan. I mean, if it should be on the other side though if you're a Cowboys fan. Even though the Cowboys are a little bit are much more healthier than the Giants are. But the question remains for this Cowboy team: what identity do they have? I mean, even though last year they beat them in the first game of the opening season of the 2012 season, but of course they lost the second time. It's hard to say who wins this game here because both teams are evenly matched. But I will say the Giants beat the Cowboys here. I think the Giants will squeak. This is another one I consider a squeaker. I think the Giants will come out of Dallas with a victory here. And remember, the Giants have not lost at the new Cowboy Stadium or whatever Jerry Jones calls it nowadays. Whatever the hell that stadium is now. But no, it's true. If you look it up, Giants haven't lost at that stadium since it opened in 2009. They haven't lost in that stadium. But I still say the Giants win this game. I like the Giants here. In a squeaker. It's going to be a very close game, but I like the Giants to beat the Cowboys. And key game number 4, the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Redskins. And the reason why I say this is a key game only because of Robert Griffin. He's going to be starting in this game. And of course, there's a lot of questions regarding his health. And also on Philadelphia's side, Kelly's the coach now. And you got to wonder what type of offense this is going to be. And I like the Redskins in this game. Like I said, all the games I'm picking here for these 4 key games, I think all of them are going to be very, very close. None of them are going to be blowouts for these games here. I will say the Redskins beat the Eagles. The Eagles offense, I don't know what might be here, but if RG3's health becomes a concern in this game, you never know. I mean, the running game for the Redskins has to step up if RG3 is not playing well in the game. So I would say, look, I don't know about Philadelphia's offense, but I think I might say this might surprise me. It could be a close game than most people would think. But most would say, the Redskins are probably going to blow them out. But it is a key game. It is a divisional game. And the Redskins do need to make a statement here, especially for RG3 coming off a torn ACL. And going out on a limb here, I will say the Redskins do beat the Eagles. I think the Redskins are a tad better than them. But like I said, RG3's health might question a little bit here. So anyways, that is my 4 key game picks for week number 1. Don't forget to check out crazyfrankie56.blogspot.com for all of my week 1 picks. And I will see you all next week for my week 2 4 key game picks. And until then, I'll see you all next week. Take care, everybody, and enjoy the football games this weekend.